John, you know, the population of Saratoga Springs is expected to triple with the influx of tourists coming into the area this weekend. And they are hoping that this weekend's events can provide a big boost to their yearly sales. The entire process for getting new planes on the tarmac could take about 5 to 10 years. Schenectady County Court, Courtroom 4. Persia Nelson was on the docket this afternoon. It was there she pled not guilty to charges including second-degree murder. Many of those drivers spent the day in Lake George. They didn't just go for the eclipse, but they went to take in some of the restaurants. The Democratic primary for Albany County's DA is shaping up to be the case of Soares v. Kinlan again. Things turned ugly when a dirt bike operator started weaving through the crowd of students. He struck a young woman, sending her flying through the air. She was left lying on the ground while the dirt bike operator fled the scene. This is what remains of a house in Washington County where the quick-thinking actions of a sheriff's deputy saved the lives of 9 dogs. We spoke to a neighbor across the street who said they saw this vehicle on fire last night and they saw someone running away. Deputy Gillis adopted 2 of the dogs he rescued from this burning property. It costs about $200 to $500 to fix each toppled headstone. Times that by 80 to 100 toppled headstones. The crime scene tape has come down at this house where a 14-year-old boy was shot, but the tragic reality of his death remains. Police say the 17-year-old suspect who was under the influence was driving eastbound at high speeds when they lost control of the vehicle and it rolled over and impacted a vehicle in the westbound lane. Police pursuits don't happen often in small towns like Glenville, but when they do, officers want to be prepared. Rev up those engines? More like pump your brakes. A proposition among City of Albany legislators could see city speed limits reduced from 30 miles per hour to 25. As for Adams Ambulance, they'll continue fighting to get their license back or even temporarily shut down the company. The public safety officer also says water rescues like these are common. Here inside MVP Arena, it was a special day as more than 80 children, no matter their ability, got the ability to play with the Albany Firebirds. The old saying goes, clothes don't make the man, or woman in this case, but an event here at the Berkshires hopes clothes can make all the difference. For souvenir shops like Impressions, Travers Weekend brings a huge tourism boost. Crowds are gathering and the energy is alive here in downtown Albany. He's going to sell his Madison Avenue building and maybe even his business. Reporting in Albany, Zion DeCoteau, News 10, ABC.
I want you to know Zion put his helmet on right after that.
There may be no room at the inns of Saratoga, but not for Christmas, for June, when the Belmont Stakes arrives at the Saratoga Racecourse. If you're looking to stay in the Spa City for Belmont, word to the wise, book now. From hotels to motels to the Holiday Inn, rooms are at or near capacity months before racehorses hit the racecourse. Lydia and John, take a look at the highway behind me. Not much traffic, but there is traffic. That's because Interstate 88 has reopened, a far cry from the gridlock we saw earlier today. Well, you've got it in you to just wait it out here.
Oh, yes.
For the next 5 hours.
Yep.
They waited for a little bit.
I was heading to Albany to drop someone off at the airport, and now I'm trying to head back to work, but obviously that's not in the cards at the moment.
Then a little bit longer.
We came from Rhode Island, and we have a place in Bainbridge, New York, and we've been here probably another hour at least. Until being told they had to go. Drivers who said they had no alternate route, exercising patience on a not-so-fast highway. Interstate 88 blocked off westbound near the Schoharie-Schenectady line because of the state trooper-involved shooting. This woman stuck out on the highway, driving her cousin back from rehab.
My cousin Janet, she had surgery and she's just through with her rehab at a facility, and we are on our way to take her home to Binghamton.
This woman headed to a dog show. Thankfully, she says the event isn't today.
Oh, I'll make it. The show's not till tomorrow morning, but I was hoping to get there at 3 o'clock, which I'm not going to make it by 3 o'clock.
And let's just hope all those folks we saw earlier today caught in traffic were able to get where they needed to go safely.
Robert Coons has been missing since July. News 10 ABC Zion DeCoteau joining us live now with more on today's search. Zion, what do you know?
Lydia and Casey, the question remains, where is Robert Coons? Columbia County search crews combing the vicinity today to get an answer to that question. Chopper blades spun high above the Hudson, searching for any signs of the missing man. From land to water to woods, a multi-agency effort spanning from New York State Forest Rangers to the Columbia County Sheriff's Department to Hudson Police and even Amtrak looking for Robert Coons. Last seen in the city of Hudson on July 6th, he's described as a 63-year-old white man standing at 5'9" with a weight of 210 pounds. He's got blue eyes and brown hair. According to investigators, Coons was last seen at 325 Columbia Street, which houses the county's mental health services center. According to police, Mr. Coons is believed to be bipolar and has a criminal history including stalking, assault, and criminal mischief. Hudson Police Chief Mashonda Franklin, however, says the missing man is not a threat to the public.
Mr. Coons has been well known to this community, and while he may have a history of those illnesses, he's always been a fairly docile human being.
The first 48 hours after any person goes missing are critical to an investigation. We're well past that now, but Hudson Detective Sergeant Nicholas Piero still holds out hope.
Until we locate him and can confirm anything, he was last seen alive, and that's the information that we have to go on.
He's been missing since July. Is there anything new that we've been told now? And I know you're limited in what you can tell us.
There's no new information to lead us to believe otherwise other than that he is missing.
Now, anyone with any information is asked to call Hudson Police at 518-828-3388. Chief Warrant Officer 2 Casey Frankowski, long in titles and accolades but short in life. The 28-year-old was laid to rest Friday. The day began with a penultimate farewell, a funeral mass at St. John the Evangelist and St. Joseph's Church in Rensselaer. Casey's cousin and former fifth-grade teacher, remembering when Frankowski's parents learned she decided to serve her country.
They trusted that this decision was the best and could not have been more proud of her. They knew she would give it her all, and give it her all she did.
After the Mass's ending, began the long trek to Saratoga National Cemetery, the final farewell. Hanging from a firefighter's ladder, the Star-Spangled Banner waved. Mourners filed in from all corners, hills, and chasms of the cemetery. Upon the casket's arrival came a military tradition, a 21-gun salute. Then a somber rendition of taps on trumpet. Then in the skies above, a high honor indeed for the pilot, a helicopter flyer. Shortly after, the service ended, but the mourning did not. Governor Kathy Hochul reflecting on the short yet full life Frankowski led.
She had so much to give, but what a life she lived for 28 years. More fulfilling, more touching and having an impact on others than many go through 60, 70, 80 years of life.
In lieu of flowers, the family has requested a donation made to a scholarship fund in her name. Reporting in Schuylerville, Zion DeCoteau News 10, ABC.